Hello, Miss Bell's Algebra 2 class. This is April 6th, looking at these solving quadratic equations by factoring. And you might want to pause this as I go through. I'm going to start with this one. And you can see that the answer is -4, -3, and it goes to this one. How did I get that? Well, I factored out that equation. Let me see. Oh, no, it's this one right here. Factored out that equation, figured out it's x plus 4 and x plus 3, because 4 times 3 gives me 12, and 4 plus 3 gives me 7. And then I just set each one of those to 0. So x plus 4 equals 0. X would equal -4 in that instance. X plus 3 equals 0. And I just get x by itself, so I subtract 3 from both sides, and I get x equals -3. So it's -4, -3. -4, -3 takes me to this problem. Once I get to this problem, your answer is going to be -6 and 10. And how did I get that? I got that from right here. And I'm only going to take you halfway through this, maybe a little bit more than half. You can see the problem here as I factored out a 10 and a 6, a -10 and a +6. And then I set them both to 0, and I got 10, -6. That took me to this problem. And you can see, where I go next. So working out this problem, you can see my steps here. Working out that problem, I factored out a 9 and a 5. 9 times -5 gives me the -45. 9 minus 5 gives me the +4. When I set both to 0, I get x5 and x -9. So x5 and -9. I go here. That problem, you can see how I worked it out here. -4 times a +3 gives me -12. -4 plus 3 gives me -1x. I set them both to 0. And I get x equals 4 and x equals -3. 4, -3 takes me over to this problem. And working on that problem, notice I get 3 and 3. 3 times 3 gives me 9. 3 plus 3 gives me 6. And so I set them both, and it's the same problem, so it's just going to be -3. I don't know why I did it twice. Takes me to this problem. Working on that problem. And I get 8 times -6 gives me -48, and 8 minus 6 gives me 2. I set them both to 0, and I get -8 and 6. -8 and 6 takes me to this problem. This one I have to set to 0. So I have it. I set it to 0 by subtracting 20 from both sides. Now that I have it set to 0, now I can work on it. -10 times a 2 gives me -20. -10 plus 2 gives me -8. And so I set them both to 0, and I get 10 and -2. 10 and -2 is right here, -2 and 10. And it takes me to this problem. I work out that problem right here. -8 times a -7 gives me a +56. -8 minus 7 gives me -15. So you can see I set both of them to 0, and I solve for x, and I get 8 and 7. Okay, 8 and 7 takes me to this problem right here. I go to this problem. Notice 9 times 7 is 63, and 9 plus 7 is 16. Then I set both of them to 0. I get -9 and -7. So -9 and -7 takes me to this problem. This problem I didn't work out because you could just see it would be 7 or -7. 7 or -7 squared will give you 49, okay, by just looking at these answers, and that takes you to this one. And then you can start it here. This one you'll have to set to 0. So just so you know, it's going to end up being, let me get where I could write on it, x squared plus 10x plus 16 equals 0, because you're going to add 16 to both sides. And then go ahead and figure out what you can multiply together to get 16, but when you add them together, you get 10. So I'm thinking 8 and 2. Okay, so we'll see see about that one. Okay, good luck with the other ones, and hopefully you make it to the finish line successfully. Good luck.